are still standing and doing damage.
Does he have enough steam though?
There's not enough
running out.
though, yeah.
Eaton Bowman, 1.5 fire rate once again, coming up, Truck being king here, and just even though
drag boxing the Naginatas forward, the Coyotes are trying to move, and the Atoman, he drag boxed the wrong direction, and now the Atomans are getting snared by the. Oh my
Nagis
goodness!
are shredding this right now, and it doesn't look like he's got his
11s.
I don't see any of the pikes. Where's the pikes on this fight? The Nagis are just cleaning this entire mass up. Coyotes are falling. You got the Ashies getting buffed for the Dino. They've got Ashy attacking. They're absolutely shredding everything here. Yumi don't even need to micro this at this point.
He's gonna have to sack off his Ruskies. He has to come in melee here.
Yes.
I don't think he can continue keep microing. Well, he's gonna try, wait for reinforcements and try to make it to his blockhouses. The question is, how much damage will he gonna be taking? This is nice micro from Ungers, but you know, the Atontons just have to attack move here. And 1.5 fire rate, they do have staff animation. And the Tontons are absolutely insane. But he has drawn him into the double blockhouse. Now fighting under the double blockhouse. The question is it going to be
Skits are a little behind here. The Cossacks are now getting snared by the Pumas and the Coyotes. The Explorer is now in with the triple XP tech. Some warriors are mixed in. The Atoan's doing absolutely insane amount of damage. He's on plus 36%. Look at him on the attack. That's a plus 36%. And he's just
Coyotes on the Strelitz.
Blockhouses are actually doing decent damage here. The Coyotes are kind of going down. The Spears are now trying to move in towards the front, and it's actually a decent fight, I think, for Tabin.
Pretty good fight for Tabin, but you know, there's not very many Cossacks. He's letting a lot of these Coyotes and Pumas kind of shred his Strelitz a bit. Finally getting his Cossacks.
Hello. We are live again with one of the most important series so far, especially for the Mandarin Duck Squad, since their start to this EPL season hasn't been the greatest.
Yep, you can say that.
We have a member of Mandarin Duck Squad joining me here today, Shake. He's here hoping for a Minimoult to deliver a great performance, one that his
Hoping for a miracle.
Yeah, they will definitely need a miracle to make it to the finals with this start. But again, it's only week one. That's only a third of all the weeks that are yet to be played. And yeah, we're in for a great series. These two players are great, and they have a long history of competing in tournaments. Minimoult definitely one of the better players that this team has to offer, but there has been talk that he's a bit rusty recently, and Batu is definitely one of the best younger players the game has to offer. So I'm very excited to see who will end up on top. I will be a bit biased because Batu is on my team, but yeah, we will keep it to a minimum. Thank you, Girardi, for a raid. And we already have a matchup for map 1, which will be, as a lot of people probably have guessed, a USA mirror on Hungarian plains.
Who saw that coming, huh?
Yeah.
Who saw that coming? Yeah, I mean, Batu is a player that's more up and coming, you know. He's a very strong player, very solid mechanically as well. So the issue with Batu is he's not as consistent usually as other players are, but I don't think that's as much of an issue, especially knowing that Minimoult is kind of rusty. But yeah, it should definitely be an interesting series. So let's see how this one pans out.
Okay, they are already starting, so no point in delaying it. I'm gonna quickly join the game and move the screen towards them.
All right, take us away, Auntie.
And we are in the first game of the series Minimoult versus Batu on Hungarian plains, the map we are already so familiar with. Great trading posts, great natives, and great USA map, which we can see with Minimoult down at the bottom in the blue with the USA, and Batu on the north again in the USA. What are your hopes for this series?
I mean, USA mirrors are always very interesting. There's the two variations of different builds, right? There's the bank build, there is the more aggro build. It's kind of a guessing game, what your opponent is going to do in the beginning. But in my opinion, I like the aggro build more. That's usually what works for me. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see how the two players approach it. From what I know, Batu likes the more defensive bank approach rather than the more attacking regular Highlander early timing approach, right? So it should definitely be interesting to see how these two approach it.
We already see Minimoult with a great treasure pretty much in base. 90 wood treasure, super safe because he knows that the opponent is going to definitely build a TP and not be here to contest it. And yeah, 90 wood, pretty much no civil say no to that. And it's especially good for these timing push builds that any treasure is important. On the other hand, Batu is getting a 90 coin treasure. So out of those two, as you are the one familiar with this build, which one would you take? 90 coin or 90 wood?
I like 90 food a lot. It gives you so much tempo, so much momentum, you know?
Yeah,
makes sense. It's definitely a game changer.
Certainly both players will be happy with their treasures, and yeah, we see the standard immigrants or the Chinese immigrants opening from the Minimoult, and for Batu, same thing, Chinese immigrants. And they are both up. Slight variation already. Batu chooses to go with his first Chinese immigrants TP on the Habsburg native post, while Minimoult decides to go for a Jagiellonian trading post.
It's pretty interesting. The Jagiellon big button is generally not as useful
This is a bit
early
rough
on,
on
especially
Batu.
because you don't really have access to the big button reloading time, right? Which is really important in the beginning. Like you
Yes.
want to get the Magyar house out as soon as possible.
Batu thinking that his opponent took the first TP up north and is sending his rickshaw down, but this is just delaying and slowing down his XP gain by quite a lot. In the end, he chooses to send the rickshaw to the second native TP, and I wonder if this will allow Minimoult to get the third trading post. Batu already aging up. Let's see, Minimoult all pretty much the same timing. Both of them going up with Pennsylvania, so no business there. And yeah,
So far, nothing really out of the ordinary.
you think the lack of a TP, second TP by Batu won't slow him too much with the lack of XP?
No, I think it's fine because the Nats also trickle in, right? So it's not the end of the
No,
world.
the
really.
thing is, every native, minor native trickles XP except the European ones. Because they have the big button, they don't trickle the standard 0.35 experience. So,
Got you.
and we see Batu deciding to go for the bank that you don't usually like doing.
No,
Let's see on the other hand.
I don't usually go for the bank,
Minimoult
right?
matching it, and it's a bank against bank, so we might not see a standardly short game of USA versus USA, which tends to end around the Highlander fight. We might see more of a macro game after both players take the greedy option. Most of the good treasures are already gone. The ones that are left are pretty much XP treasures. Let's see. So the first shipment from Minimoult will be 700 wood. So Batu is actually lacking a shipment, right? Oh no, so Minimoult decided not to go for the advanced saloon. Could this mean that Minimoult isn't going for the Highlanders but actually chooses to do a counter build that we saw some players do? And I believe Dennis also did it against in your series. Batu, on the other hand, is doing the more standard Highlander build with the advanced Saloon into the Philadelphia convention. Let's see how this will play out. I'm not too experienced with these slight differences in the Highlander builds. The only thing I kind of know is that around 6 or 7 minutes they will get an insane mass of Highlanders that they either complement with Hussars or with Seminole Bowmen. And Minimoult going for the early Sarmatism that we saw some other players like Dennis do. The tech, what it does is that, I believe for 500 resources, so for 700 resources, you get 5 Livka Tatars, which are a native Cav Archer, and all of your Archer units get 1 extra range. So I really like this tech. I think Livka Tatars are one of the most underrated native units in the game. They are not that expensive, and they definitely outperform most H2 anti-cav that you can get. And getting a quick batch of 5 of these, they can definitely threaten some forward builds or anything. But yeah, for now we only see them getting the Explorer from Batu, which is not a small thing. The flag ability from the Explorers can definitely swing a lot of fights. And yeah, we see Minimoult going for the early Livka Tatars, Mounted Infantry and Seminoles, completely ignoring the Highlanders for now. While on the other hand, Batu's Highlanders are already halfway here. And we see that Batu also got his 4 TPs, so they are mirroring completely each other in the TPs. The main difference is Batu will be focused around Highlanders, while Minimoult will have more of a, I guess, Scrum Goon with this Archer and Cav Archer comp with the very unique Mounted Infantry ability. I'm a bit surprised that Batu doesn't seem to have any Hussars. So is he gonna focus more?
Yeah, I think I like Binny's build a bit more.
You know what surprised me? The fact that Batu hasn't started queuing any of the Mounted Infantry. I feel like, could this be an FF with Batu? Using the Highlanders, since he is stacking all of these, just using the Highlanders as defense and trying to get to H3. I'm sure that he would queue up units by now if he were trying to fight in H2. We see the first Magger come out for the Batu, but all Minimoult due to him building the wrong native at the start still doesn't have his Magger pass, and that might come in to bite him. But these Livka Tatars do a great job of protecting the Seminole Bowmen that actually start annihilating these Hussars rather quickly. Highlanders are going in melee and making quick work of some of these Cavs units, but already only 4 Highlanders left. 1 villager randomly making his way to early grave here, probably as soon as Minimoult notices him. 3 Highlanders trying to run away, but there is no way they will outrun the Mounted Infantry, which actually do a fine work against them. The villager is pulled back, but another one is rallied here. Batu playing kinda sloppy so far, I feel. Let's see if the age up is coming in. Yeah, the age up is coming in, but he lost all of his Highlanders except these 2. I fear that if Minimoult's army just walks into his base, he might be able to catch any age up bonus that he gets. Batu will probably now focus on getting the church tax, the 600 coin and food church tax that are a shipment of skirms and boons individually. But still, look at the army advantage that Minimoult has. And yeah, he's preparing to age himself, shipping 700 coin behind all of this. All villagers on foot, just perfect macro. And yeah, I really like the position for Minimoult much sooner. Batu won't have such a period of time where he can exploit the age advantage.
Yeah.
And you see, the vision of Batu is just, he's stuck in base. These TPs are quickly gonna be taken and he won't know if his opponent is going on stagecoach or anything. We see the 3 Gatlings coming from Batu and actually training some of the mercenary Barbary Corsairs. These units are quite literally a mercenary version of a Rodolero. They will absolutely annihilate Cav, but again, there is a mix of quite literally every type of unit here for Minimoult. And he's not feeling pressure to push into Batu's base. He's just going around and getting the TPs, which are quite more tanky due to the Chinese immigrants buffing them. And yeah, score says that Minimoult is already at a quite comfortable 3,000 score up. And we see Batu following up the 3 Gatling guns with the 2 French Napoleon guns, actually, which I like if he's able to mass enough anti-cav, which he is putting most of his villagers on coin and making these barbaric corsairs. Now swapping more on food, maybe gonna try and add some regulars for that body block and anti-cav. Let's see how this fight goes.
I'm ready.
Numbers advantage definitely for Minimoult. Oh, those are some good volleys from the Gatlings, and Barbaric Corsairs, they are doing so much against these quite squishy goons from native H2 goons. One of the Magyar Huts being called in by Minimoult, already taking down one of the Gatlings, but the mass from Minimoult has melted. 2 of the Gatlings go down, but quite literally everything for Minimoult has died. Not even all 3 of the Gatlings going down. I feel like
What
this
an
was...
insane fight for Batu, yeah.
I feel like Minimoult definitely underestimated or didn't know what these Barbaric Corsairs do. They are two-shotting his cav pretty much. The Lipka Tatars are strong, but again, they cannot face tank the Barbaric Corsairs. And yeah, we see 2 more cannons coming in from Batu. Let's see Minimoult on his side. He is getting a stagecoach, which is nice. He still has 2 of these TPs, but again, he will need something to deal with these cannons that are coming in. And yeah, we see a complete split now with this Batu, who's up 3,000 score. Ajab comes in from Minimoult, 3 Gatlings, although I believe Napoleon guns do quite well against the Gatlings.
They do, but it's not that great. Like, yes, you will trade cost effectively, but if the Gatlings get a shot off before on the infantry, like, they'll do more damage than a Napoleon gun will do, basically, to infantry.
Yeah, they could rate their DPS probably against infantry. Napoleon guns, though, have more HP, more range, and are quite more movable, so they might be able to take shots against these Gatlings. And actually, Napoleon guns one-shot a single Gatling if both of them hit, so this might actually be quite a good matchup for Napoleon guns. I know some people use them against Falconets and they can do fine. I think that against Gatlings they will do great, just because they one-shot single one with their volley and then quickly running out of the range of the Gatlings, but we will see. Ooh,
I think this is more of a knowledge difference right now, just Batu not really knowing what he's doing. Sorry, Mini just not knowing what he's doing.
Yeah. So far, it definitely seems like Minimoult didn't know what the Barbaric Corsairs would do to his cav. And we see now Batu shipping the Puvatski's Legion, which ships 12 Consulate Ulans, which will definitely kill everything here. This ranged cav might seem like a goon, but they are actually anti-infantry. We see some nice shots from the Napoleon guns, taking a bit of damage, but yeah, being able to engage and poke with these Napoleon guns is definitely one of their greatest
Let's not forget he can make them as well.
Yep. And he's definitely floating a lot of coin, but he is popped. One of the Napoleon guns gets sniped by the carbine cap, not good by Batu. Now he loses that big advantage of being able to one-shot a Gatling gun. Let's see where the Ulans are. They are coming. Still barely any anti-cav here. Only 5 goons.
Yeah,
We see more of them being trained and a few regulars coming through as well. But will that be enough? Will that come in soon enough? Because these Ulans are insane. They have almost 50 damage.
Yeah, he needs to make him commit, and with these measly 7 goons, there's just nothing.
One Ulan goes down, but the Ulans are already connecting with the anti-cav, and these goons, they cannot stand and fight against the Ulans. Missing the batch of the regulars, getting only 1, and I think this will just be death for
This is
Minimoult.
GG.
Yeah,
definitely.
perfectly showing that 1 Ulan and 1 Barbaric Corsair is so hard to fight for goons. And yeah, all of the Gatlings and the mass goes down, while the Gatling and the Napoleon gun for Batu still left alive.
Yeah, Batu now 6k score up as well.
Minimoult shipping 2 Gatlings now and making skirms, but again there are at least 5 Ulans left. 3 of them are left. The Minutemen are doing a good job of sniping them, but maybe with the shipment of Gatlings and the pop of Magyar Khas sniping the last Napoleon gun, the 2 Gatlings now not focusing on the Batu's Gatling. Now they do, and somehow Minimoult stabilized and pretty much completely cleaned Batu's army. but still, he took heavy losses in this. I'm sure some of the wheels went down. Yeah, Batu is comfortable 5 wheels up, and we see a California aging coming behind this. And again, Batu just randomly aging after a fight. I'm sure this will feel very frustrating for Minimoult to see. Scores are quite close, but I'm sure that Batu will jump ahead once the age up comes in. And yeah, if Minimoult can quickly do some serious damage, the California Gold Rush, which is surely coming soon, will definitely take Batu to the victory.
Yeah.
But we see actually a good
The
race
age up
coming
as
here.
well, like now that it's coming in, like it's just wraps, because how do you really counter the Cowboys with the own comp that Mini has? Not only that, Batu's eco is just better. He can just keep stabilizing, keep reinforcing better, and I feel like Mini's running out of options because he doesn't really know the Civ as well. But nice prep by Mini so far for this game. He came a little less rusty than I expected him to be. Let's say.
I
it
like that Batu may be aware of the fact that Minimoult just prepared this as a build order, is trying to mix in something unusual with these Barbaric Corsairs, and I think that they genuinely paid off big in this game.
Big mentioned.
Some good volleys from the Gatlings. They might even get the TC volleys going up. Reminder that California tells you age you up with another TC. Batu going for California Gold Rush first card instead of something like 2 heavies. I don't know if he has any type of body block for these units. He might actually put all of his wheels on the gold minded. He changes actually quickly to the 2 heavies, which I think is the correct option. Just stabilize now with the 2 heavies, sit in base, get the California after, and you're looking great. On the other hand, let's see what Minimoult is doing. Minimoult going for 1k would probably gonna use the... He actually doesn't have his state capital, so he will struggle to add 2 TCs like Batu is. Just one next to each other, another one going here. Just the power of the state capital not only is the fast age up card, it just gives you such an easy time transitioning into multiple PCs. And yeah, I'm sure you would prefer to be in Batu's position right now.
Oh, definitely. Batu is far ahead at the moment, I feel like. I mean, the game is slipping away from Mini, and this is big for Batu because we all know Batu, and mentally he's not always all there, but he is a very, very good player. So if he feels like he's confident and he's in the game, he's a very hard player to stop.
Yeah, Minimoult seeing now that 2 heavies are in and just knowing that he cannot commit these mercenary Rodeleros are such a strong unit, and yeah, just even though the Magyar Cossacks are actually insane, the rods would definitely body block for the heavy cannons. Now, if Batu doesn't press the big button now and loses this TP, in the future, if he builds it again, I believe he will have the big button ready.
Yes, he will.
He decides to call it now and manages to run it away from all of these wounds, which is great for him. Let's see, all of the TC is pretty much going on the left side now that the army of Minimoult is on the right. And yeah, securing this big hunt, and as you know, the first few hunts are very safe on this map, but once you go through those 2-3 hunts, next ones are quite exposed, and we see that this map will probably be split left to right, not just top to bottom. And yeah, we see Batu still not going for Wild West, so he's probably gonna keep making some of the standard units, not yet transitioning into the Cowboys that USA usually does. He does have California rush in, 3 TCs up so far, 4th one going up very soon, and yeah, his villagers are now trained for free at a slower rate though. Let's see, Minimoult preparing some coverage, so he's definitely sticking it out in H3 right now. And I think that's understandable, seeing as his opponent has heavy cannons, but yeah, I don't think he will be able to win this game in the long run without being H4. And yeah, Batu's army, while much smaller, just the threat of these 2 heavies annihilating these sharpshooters. And we see Minimoult shipping Lapala soldiers, which definitely makes the standard USA goon into one of the best goons in the game, I would argue. But then again, Batu is not going for heavy cav, he's going for rod, pretty much rod Minuteman heavy cannon. In your experience playing against Minimoult, do you think he's a good player against the DE Civs and the DE build orders?
I've seen him deal quite easily with like the Lionheart, Brit, GMTFF back then with France. So I know the adaptation is there with him. It's just that when you optimize these sort of builds, right?
Yeah.
It's just becomes very difficult to try and beat these builds. And Mini, bless him, like he's trying his best, but this game is a show that, you know, if you don't know what to do against DE is gonna get you.
Exactly.
Which
Although-
it is what it is, you know. Well, props to Batu for preparing much better for this game, I would say, rather than saying, you know, poor Mini. No, this is on Mini. Mini came into the tourney ready, and I feel like he was ready actually. You know, like he knew the Highlander build, he knew what to do. Just his in-depth knowledge of
Oh
the
my
sim
god,
just
the
wasn't enough.
goons not being able to take the heavy cannons out while the Cowboys are able to take the Culverins, and I think we'll see the resign quite soon because the Barbaric Corsairs are connecting with the goons and the heavy cannons are taking insane shots on these sharpshooters, and yeah, Batu completely transitioning to just training these shadow taking goons that cost only coin, which is good that California ships him 5,000 coin in base wherever he chooses. And yeah,
Of course, bro, we need it.
exactly. Going for Peacekeepers now, so that's, I believe, an additional 10% to stats of these outlaws. And yeah, if we compare the stats of the regular USA goons on 217 HP to this Cowboy, which will now jump to 360 HP, I believe. So yeah, it's almost double HP, which is just crazy for a unit that costs 140 coin. Let's see the stats jump now.
The cost is just minuscule compared to what you
Yeah.
get for it, right?
And yeah, 360 exactly, 32 damage. While the only upside of these units is that the fire rate, so I guess their DPS would be about the same. But again, Cowboys have that also broken ability to absolutely win the first volleys every time because of the 16 range.
Oh, the charged attack is Civic, you see, it's like, what is it, 50% more? Well, there we go. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
50%.
50% more than their original shot. So it isn't a 32 attack unit. It's a 35, 36 attack unit just because of it. Because how
Yeah.
often are they going to stay and fight?
It's so easy to mass just all of these saloons, and they're providing pop on top of it. Batu going for a surgeon to nicely heal one of the damaged heavy cannons, and yeah, Batu not pushing his luck. His army is definitely stronger, but why push when there is literally no
There
reason?
is zero reason
And
for Batu to
Minimoult
push right
going
now.
for the Ulans simply because what else do you ship at this point? But then again, what will the Ulans do when there is
Yeah.
like 20 Cowboys out here? Magyar Huts getting absolutely destroyed off the face of the earth with the charge ability from these Cowboys. Definitely even overkilling an H6 Hussar. Ulans positioning to try, maybe go for a raid, but again, Batu is just chilling in base. Wolverine
Yeah,
is
and I mean,
slow-
Batu, like, I swear Batu can get clean this army. Like, completely lose an entire mass and
Yeah,
still
yeah,
probably
just-
be fine.
insane. None of the Cowboys are really in any danger.
And you can see this mechanically. Mini is all there. Like, he's microing
Yeah.
the best he can. He's taking the right positions. Goons on the artillery.
Exactly.
Heavy cap on top of the Dragoons. But Batu's like, do I really have to micro here?
Yeah,
Like, do I
just-
bother?
All wheels on coin. Just make Cowboys.
Yeah, because you generate your villagers for free, so you don't really
Exactly.
care. And thus USA became Otto.
So yeah, I think Bat definitely played with much more experience playing USA. He knows this. I feel like no matter the start of USA, they tend to end up in H4 doing the same thing like this. And yeah, Batu just gets where he's comfortable and takes map 1.
Yeah, very well played by Batu. Takes the first game. And that's another point on the board for the greedy Hudson Babies, as if they
Exactly.
needed more points.
Exactly. I would say though that Batu was looking to be quite in trouble before the Gatling and Barbary fight. If I can just find the military unit population. Yeah, we can see that once Batu got I cannot go into population because most of his army were natives. Yeah, if we look at the military unit count, we can see that Minimoult had an insane advantage in total unit numbers, but Batu lost like 5 units, while Minimoult lost quite literally 40 units. And he could never just amass again. Again, we see that just Batu, even when outnumbered heavily, his units are just so much better.
They're
Yeah.
infinitely better.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
This fight,
It's almost
I feel
an
like-
age and a half advantage that these Cowboys have on the normal USA Dragoons.
And not too many raids going on. Batu did lose a few wheels upon aging, but at that point he really doesn't care. We can see how quickly he was about to overtake with 4 free TC pumping wheels. And yeah, we go to home screen now with Batu taking game 1. A very entertaining game
GG,
for
well
USA Mirror.
played all.
And yeah, second game will be on Pampas Sierras, which will be a not TP livestock map. Definitely not gonna see something like USA that is pretty much the opposite of it, just spamming TPs. This map will be Batu blind pick into Minimoult counter pick, and we already have the save picks. And it's actually gonna be another mirror, but this time Italy mirror.
Oh my god, that sounds absolutely horrible.
Yeah, we are in for quite different of a game, I feel like. But yeah, both players definitely practicing their DE for this, and I think no point in prolonging it. Let me just find.
I will be back in a second.
Okay. We still haven't found the green. Hopefully they put a spectator delay to standard stuff. So they just picked, but they're taking a. They weren't started yet. So yeah, maybe one of the players taking a smoke break, same as my co-caster here. Let me quickly read the chat and see if anyone has some questions. Yep. Mostly just talking about busted USA units, even in a USA mirror. But yeah, I guess we can say that laming USA does better than playing the standard Skirm Goon USA, which I would say is still quite a good strat, but probably not in a mirror. We have the second game starting in just a moment. We are quickly back. Now it's another mirror, this time Italy, another notorious DCiv. We are on Pampa Sierra. Again, we have Batu in the red on the north side of the map, playing as, again, Italians, while on the bottom, actually no, this time it's Minimoult in red on the top and Batu in the blue at the bottom. My bad. We see quickly both of the explorers going to the left side where all of the livestock on this map is. Again, I believe 8 llamas spawn on this map that you can collect, so usually when it's like 2 explorers of the same speed, each player gets 4. So far, we see nothing out of the ordinary, just a standard market and a house start, while for Minimoult, unmarket and a house start, then into a classic Lombard. And yeah, I don't think we will see as much H2 play as last game, Italy definitely one of the cities notorious for the FI. And we see Batu actually deciding to go for this really good 85 food treasure. Just instantly stumbling pretty much the first treasure he sees, while Minimoult misses it barely, but finds a 80 coin treasure, which again isn't bad, while obviously food is great. I believe for Italy, coin treasures and wood treasures are always great because they tend to get all of their market upgrades in H1, and as we can see, Minimal actually going for steel traps at 1 minute pretty much, which is just insane as a save bonus. But on the other hand, already queuing up steel traps and both of his villager techs. Again, for those who don't know, for each tech Italy researches, they get a free villager, so even these techs that are usually get researched much later have so much more value for Italy. Two of the llamas actually not claimed yet, I believe. Yeah, both players got 3 llamas, which they will probably be more than happy with, and 2 of them will be lost on the map until some units find them. Now both of the players going to the right side, trying to find some good treasures, but yeah, all of these treasures are less than ideal for Italy. Now let's see for the deck. Batu, standard Italy deck, I would say, leaning quite heavily into H3, H4. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I guess he doesn't have any military upgrades in H4. Let's see now Minimoult's deck. Yeah, on the other hand, Minimoult has both of the military upgrades in H4. But less military shipments. Just see. Yeah, so Minimoult has Advanced Arsenal, has the cards in H3 and in H2 and H4 to upgrade his units. Let's see Batu. Batu only having Advanced Arsenal and Cav Combat, so maybe he will focus more on the Cav units if he doesn't have any of the infantry upgrades. Again, we will most likely see a big artillery war, and we see Batu queuing up, Minimoult also queuing up, probably with the Governor, both of them. Yep. And I wish we saw some of the H2 Italy play it's capable of, but I believe that in the mirror the most optimal way to play is to just F5. So this will be a big battle of the build orders. So far the only action we got was a light skirmish with the explorers, and that will probably be all we get until H4. For the techs, Batu got all of his H1 techs and steel traps. Let's see now for Minimoult. Same story, exact same techs taken in the same order. Let's see Batu now. Yeah, they're both getting that extra architect as soon as they age up, and once they age up they will be able to build the third one. So I believe Batu will probably unqueue this villager and add third architect to the queue. Let's see, Minimoult on the other hand, also queuing one architect, and once he ages he will be able to build another one. We have an explorer fight in the back of the Batu's base, fighting over this 40 XP treasure. Does scout the governor age up, probably wants to see if the outpost goes forward just in case, but yeah, the outpost more than likely won't be used to ship anything forward. Batu shipping the church, the Fusi card, yeah, this card is really insane for Italy. Lets them get a lot of XP, and lets them importantly get those church techs, which will again for cheaply give them a lot of villagers. And we see outpost actually going rather forward, even though I doubt we will see any H2 action, but again, having a forward shipment point will always be nice. No military building down, going with the architects, just focusing on adding the Lombards. We see the Basilica coming in. Same story down for Batu. And yeah, already macroing towards the age up, not going for any of the Lombard cards so far. I feel like, oh, never mind. He's doing more of the attacks to get that free villagers. Actually, a Rex by Minimoult. I believe he changed it from a Lombard into a Rex. But then again, he is macroing for an H3. We might see some must Falk play. Maybe that is something that works in the mirror. Again, I'm not an Italy player. Neither is my co-caster, who's currently not here, but then again, I think we will both guess an H4. We see Minimoult going for the Lombard card. Let's see if Batu is mirror. Batu is also doing it. I will guess that's the correct play. Let's see. The Adventurer Rage Up for Batu and the Adventurer for Minimoult. If I'm not mistaken, the Adventurer Rage Up is the Pavisier one. I think. I don't play Italy, so I don't know. I think the Longbow Age Up for British is called the Adventurer, so I imagine the Light Infantry one is the Adventurer. Or maybe that's the Musketeer. It kind of makes sense to go with the Musketeer Age Up. I kind of like the base building of Batu much more. He's kind of getting more of the tree line and the hunts in much safer. Like Minimoult's hunts are kind of exposed in front of his base, and his base seems much smaller. Like it buys much less space for his buildings and all. You see, even if we turn on the Fog of War, he doesn't see quite as much as I think Batu sees. Yeah, Batu sees quite a bit more and has quite a bit of more resources behind all of his buildings. Let's see now. Prepare the Musketeers. So Minimoult is the first one to make some actual military. Gonna lose his Explorer to the outpost. Actually gets out of range on 9 HP. But yeah, this tower is gonna go down to the Batu Musketeers. Let's see on the other hand what Batu is doing. Batu not even going for a Rex yet. Doesn't have a Rex, but it's going up. Batu will probably click up by the time these Musketeers even threaten him. And from my experience watching Italy, not only is it kind of boring, it also tends to be whoever makes units before H4 loses. And I feel like, oh, good pop by the Pavisiers right before the outpost goes down and taking some nice shots against the Musketeers. But the counter Pavisiers come through for Minimoult. Most likely these Pavisiers will just try to buy time. We see Batu sending the fast age up card now that he's almost queuing up to H4, which will let him age up with the bonus units. On the other hand, Minimoult shipping Falks and getting veteran Musketeers. So actually some variation, not the standard F5 fight. Sends the Pavisiers to catch the raiding Pavisiers, and the Falconets being able to pop forward will be nice to help siege these buildings. But then again, I feel like Batu will be H4 before anything goes down pretty much. Let's see what Batu is going up. It's the Papal Guard, so I believe he ages up with 10 Shadow taking Papal Guards and also makes his Halp upgrade very cheap for the Guard tech. So Batu probably gonna go something like Papal Bombards, Culverins and some Halberdiers. Age up comes in at around 9:30, absolutely lovely. And instantly queues the Musketeers and the two Bombards, and these two Falks are gonna be weapons of the past quite soon once these Bombards make their way onto the battlefield. And I think if Minimoult is not soon to click up, he is stacking a lot of food, so he might be clicking up himself very soon, because I think he needs to. These Bombards just, no H3 unit will kill them. And yeah, chooses to do some light damage and then backs off because he knows about 40 seconds after aging up, Bombards will be coming. And yeah, here they are. Let's see, Minimoult, is he clicking up? Needs quite a bit of food, so maybe some market trading is gonna be in. A lot of food actually in these Lombards for Minimoult, so his food and coin are gonna be slowly trickling in all the time. Let's see if Batu decides to try and get some ground. He might be scared of more H3 play coming through, which plays into what Minimoult would want, which is just a safe H4 after doing some light damage. But again, he destroyed two buildings from Italy, it's free for them to rebuild. He even chooses to build with a villager because I guess his architects are busy. Let's see if Batu has all of his.
Qual è l'edificio?
So 4 architects here so far. Like this. Italy cannot train spies like regular seals. They can only ship 3 of them. But just in these types of matchups, I think sending them everywhere, just getting that a very important line of sight, especially in this map, which kind of has 3 lanes of attack. And yeah, this lovely stuff from Batu so far. Let's see Minimoult aging up with the Papal Guard, so we will see 10 Papal Halberdiers coming in as well. Musketeers are scouted with the spy, and the Bersagliers will just easily kite them to death. Getting a bit stuck on the cliff, but 9 Musketeers won't be the swing of the game, I doubt. And yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm back.
Yeah, welcome back. I've seen some allegations that you played a game actually, but that can't be right. That must have been somebody else, right?
I mean, I was playing a game, but the game is already over a while ago.
Well, you missed absolutely nothing because we were watching a
Exactly why I was playing a game.
Italy F5 mirror.
Why do you think I was playing a game? Because I know what's gonna happen in an Italy mirror. We're gonna have 15 minutes of nothingness.
Minimoult even going for the 3 spies himself, so pretty much everything is being the same. Actually, Minimoult didn't train the architects in transition at all, so he's a bit slower to add all of the buildings. And yeah, we see Batu with quite a bigger army so far, simply because he aged so much faster. Let's see if Batu is shipping anything behind this. No, just getting the still veteran Halberdiers, but because of the age up, they cost 400 total res, which is just insane. Why does it work on Halberdiers? It should only work on pikemen and the paviciers, but for some reason it works on Halberdiers.
Yeah. I mean, from what I'm seeing right now, the build from Batu again is just like last time, right?
Yeah.
Where the experience with the Civ goes up. Like, if Minimoult would play against a France player or a Germany player with this Italy build, this would do amazing. And in his head, he's thinking, oh, I'm being so lame right now. This is awesome. Like, this is exactly what I need. But he doesn't know that Batu is one of the lamest players in AoE3. Like, Batu knows every single lame strat out there, and he will lame the hell out of it. Especially in a tournament scenario. Exactly. No, I don't blame him. Listen, at the end of the day, like, you have to do it. Like, you have to play the stronger, the meta stuff, right?
Some shots at this. Using not to and using this
I mean, but he has the Papal Bombards next to it, so 2 shots won't actually kill a Culverin.
Exactly, yeah.
As you can see.
The Papal Bombards soaking damage. And yeah, just allowing Batu to take great Culverin trades, and that's what this matchup is all about. We see Minimoult training nothing except a Culverin while shipping Culverins.
Yeah, and he's just lost 3 Culverins, 2 Culverins to basically
Culverins
0.
Fucking up. Shooting at the Berserker is not good. Minimoult popping the... Oh, but again, not dying simply because Papal Bombards are just soaking so much damage. So all of these Culverins are one hit but not dying.
Yeah. Look at this, and the Papal Guard are finishing off the job. Great micro by Batu, actually.
Yeah.
Known as someone that doesn't really enjoy artillery micro, but for the value he's gotten from his artillery this game, what is this?
So
5, 6, 6, 7? 6, 7 pun intended,
yeah,
Culverins?
I think 3 Culverins just killed 6 Culverins,
Yeah.
Just amazing.
I mean,
let's see, Minimoult not having a shipment yet, but he's sucking a lot of res, not being able to make Culverins because he doesn't have a artillery foundry. Yeah, and nothing is being built right now.
And on the other hand, 29 vills for Minimoult if we switch over to Batu's perspective right now. Batu has to be on at least 40 vills as well, if we can check Batu's perspective 1 second.
Only 33 though. But
okay,
he is adding behind this, he is getting the map, adding at his seat, while Minimoult is being pushed in place. These Falconets are completely annihilated, and let's see, Minimoult, the Papal Bombard are low, but if he pops them to try and shoot at them, I feel like the Halberdiers will just commit on them and pretty much take them for free. Let's see where he decides to pop them. So it is in the back. Probably gonna try.
It's still pressure that you'd feel like Mini can't get out of, right?
Yeah.
Like this is the moment where you try and stabilize, but this isn't an all-in
Big
rush from
volleys
Batu.
in the halberdiers. Batu
Like
will try
Batu
to
is
commit.
comfortably H4 with villagers behind this, right?
Yes.
Anti? Like this is
Look
the
at the
problem.
resources
Like,
from Minimoult. He's stacking so much coin, and the
he can't do
halberdiers.
anything with it.
Yeah. He doesn't. Maybe he can train some units if he made like I don't know, metals, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean he can from the Lombard. His
Yeah,
Lombards are actually but this shows to the lack of Civ knowledge. Then
Yeah.
again, like
Like
I don't
the
even
metals
think he
would do
knows that
work
his
here,
Lombards
and they would
are,
be able to kill
basically
the
saloons.
few anti-cav that's left and clean the Lombards and the Berserkleri, but again, just calls it,
Yeah,
not
Yeah.
knowing that even the Lombards can't make other units. And yeah, we see similar, what's called the villager numbers, but the key difference being Batu aging at 9.5 minutes and Minimoult aged at 12 minutes. He did have a period of time where he was mass bulking, but he only got like 2 houses in a market, maybe a Lombard, but Batu is more than happy to sacrifice that to just get better shipments sooner. And yeah, just start making Berserkleries. Musketeers just not doing anything in this matchup, and you can see military unit population. Yeah, Batu just taking such good trades with those Pulverins. Just, I would again say, just great prep from Batu and just slowly adding pieces everywhere and taking up over the map.
yeah, great game from Batu, and Batu has to be feeling very confident right now. The question really is, Anti, because as you know, younger guy, great mechanically, not great mentally. Is he going to put his foot on the gas right now and go for the 5-0? Or is he going to let up? And is he going to be like, you know what? I'm comfortable. I'm up 2-0. Let me grab this third game. And then, I won the series. And then whatever happens, happens. For me, a 3-2 or a 5-0 is not a big difference. Well, for his team, it is a big difference.
Yeah.
And that's where Minimoult's experience really shines. How much lame stuff does Batu have left, right? Because the church card's banned for both auto and for France. But it goes down to a mechanics battle where I feel still Batu is maybe slightly better than Mini, but Mini definitely has a shot there.
Definitely gonna be interesting to see how this series develops, as when you have series like this and you prepare a certain build or build order with a civ you don't play, usually it's for the first few maps, and later on you kinda jump back to the series you're familiar with to like just do some standard stuff. We know that the third map is Gold Coast, I believe. I know a lot of people like that map and wish it was back in the map pool, and we will see. Actually, this will be Minimoult blind pick into Batu counter pick, and you won't guess what I'm seeing right now. It's another mirror.
Oh, is it a China mirror?
An auto
Or a France mirror? An auto mirror. There we go.
I'm sorry, guys, for those home watching. This is one of the highest integrity show matches ever. Not show matches, but series. And
Oh my god. This is the mother load. But listen, at the end of the day, what we can definitively say is that Batu is prepared. Right? Batu is prepared. He's ready. And I'm very excited to see what he's going to do this game. Because me and him have played this matchup quite often, and you hear a lot of, man, and this and that. But at this point, I feel like he's ready. And don't underestimate what a humongous difference it is having Julian K in your team as your coach.
Yeah.
Julian coaching people legitimately gives them 100 to 150 extra, especially for players like Batu, players like Dennis, players like Kevin, players that, sometimes don't really know 100% what to do. Well, to have that guidance and a clear executed plan and tell them, listen, this is what you do exactly. You follow this, you're going to probably win, is a huge confidence boost.
Exactly.
And we're seeing this with Batu. He's completely prepared.
Definitely. I would say Batu might have been one of the most down to prepare teammates from my team, at least from what I've seen. Not to take away from anyone else, but he was in call pretty much every day, just practicing. Even in midst of his exams, he was doing his all to bring his team each and every point he can. We see the fruits of his labor right now.
To people asking, no, the coach is not allowed to be in game during call. That's live coaching. But in between games, he's definitely allowed to talk. Like, what do we do?
Yeah.
How do
yeah.
we proceed further? And also, Keister, MVP for this, because not only did he pick the team, him and his low bob game knowledge is just staying out of the way, and it's bringing his team success. So, great job, Keister. I hope he listens to this tomorrow. He's gonna text me like, "You're completely right. That's amazing."
They will be starting soon, so just a moment, and I will get us into this very exciting auto mirror. Hoping for a gen rush or something. That's how down bad I am. We need some action to happen after this slogfest of an Italy game, which I guess didn't actually take that much time. Thank you, Salzibar, for the subscription. Both of Mexico came to watch. Hopefully, we see some Mexico, although I doubt it, as Baja is banned, and our players so far just seem to like mirroring S-tier civs. What do you think about the type of counter picking where you just go for mirrors? I think this is something I believe Julian did at one point. When you are counter picking your opponent, you just decide to go for a mirror. Obviously, game 2, Batu was the blind pick and Minimoult decided for a mirror, but now in game 3, Batu returning the favor and choosing a mirror. Is it just that Otto doesn't have a conventional counter in that map, or just maybe he knows a specific Ottoman mirror counter build? As the Ottoman professional in this call, what do you think is the meta in the Otto mirror?
Yeah, the auto mirror meta is either you go 2TC semi-FI with Spahi, or you go for an all-in rush in H2. You can also do, the 5 Vils version
So the
of
H2 rush should beat the naked FI, right?
Not per se, no.
No,
If the age up is good from auto, yeah, because what do you really do when you're facing 5 Spahi, Minutemen, and 4 Abus?
Yeah, just and the Bashabuziks do so much work in clutch fights.
Yeah, it's very difficult, especially when there's 2 TCs there, explore, snaring, da-da-da-da-da. You have to have an insanely good timing. So when it comes to highest skill level of people not really losing Vil, popping Vils in and out of the TC, knowing how to micro the lower HP units, then the 2 TC is more optimal, I guess. And that is almost a guarantee that Batu is going to go for this, whereas Mini, I think he's going to go for the H2 model and kind of hope for the best.
Yeah, I remember Batu doing a lot of it in PK tournament, I believe. He was doing FF into Spahi, into do some light raiding or fighting, try to make sure all of your Spahi make it out alive, heal them, edge up with 3 Spahi, and then ship 6 Spahi again. Just mass I believe 14 Spahi, which will Shadow Tech to H4, and then just crush even the heaviest of anti-cav armies. And we have our game, so I will load us up in just a second, and we are gonna watch Otto Mirror on the Gold Coast. Here we are in the game 3. For those who haven't seen, the current result is 2-0 for Batu from the big squad against Minimoult from the MDS squad. Definitely already looking great for Bigs, as they are already heavily in the lead with the current games that have been played, and very happy with Batu already taking 2 games off of a great player Minimoult, who I'm sure still has a lot under his in his sleeve to pull out to hopefully bring back this series for his team. Nothing fancy so far. Looks like a Mosque NTP start for both players. None of that water play where they keep a TP, I believe, when they do it. This map has a very unique water where the fish is quite far from the land, actually, and there are no whales, so even though there is plenty of fish, eventually it will all run out, and those fishing ships would be rendered useless. We also have a pond, I believe, at the top, which has still about 3,000 food in it, so nothing to scoff at, but probably nothing for these two saves to be guessing. I just, as you said, I expect some of those FI builds, maybe a Gen Rush, but no offensive water play. We see here Batu finding Minimoult doing a very big treasure of 3 hyenas for the 85 food, and treasures actually matter quite a lot when it's a mirror like this. If you're doing the same thing as your opponent but just faster, it helps a lot. And yeah, Batu
Yeah, this is an insane start for Batu.
easily steals it and clicks, already gonna click up, right?
Yeah, this is absolutely insane. If you're
Yeah,
Batu right now, you're loving life.
Yeah,
To
but,
get such an advantage in a mirror is really huge.
but they will end up clicking up about the same time. I don't know if Batu step a bit, or maybe Minimoult just did a better H1 or found a smaller treasure before this, but yeah, a second or two probably faster for Batu Age. It is the naturalist for Minimoult, which is the 2-wheel 2 cow, probably an FF, and Batu is doing the naturalist as well, so 2 wheels 2 cows, FF with the capitalism in. Let's see, we saw the Minimoult deck has some, first let's see the Batu deck, I guess. Heavy towards H3, a lot of H4 stuff, even has the cheaper heavy infantry card, so definitely prepared for the late game with some of the more powerful cards. Again, as a reminder, the H3 card for auto that makes the church decks cheaper is banned, and I believe every player just chooses not to have the H2 card, just not as efficient when it's full price. Let's see, Minimoult on the other hand, not an H4 deck at all, has the minimum strong cards, but a lot of cards in H2, which I don't think will be used if he's aging up with the naturalist. I believe if you're doing a Gen Rush, you age up with 400 coin, right?
Yeah, the naturalist is usually for FF plays, but his deck is still looking pretty FF heavy. Like
Yeah,
there is a possibility
this
that he
is a-
just goes for an H3 and goes for a timing with Falx. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
He doesn't necessarily have to go for
This
something
might
heavier than
make
that.
Batu think that he's doing some H2 play if he doesn't scout this age up, and yeah. Mubir coming in from Minimoult, let's see, Batu probably gonna get one himself, yeah. But capitalism just giving enough point for Mubir just as soon as they age up, and Batu probably will be able to snipe Minimoult's Explorer because it's closer to his base. Minimoult's Mubir is still far. And yeah, we see Batu's Mubir quickly running for that promotion. And smart by Batu, immediately backing off with his own Explorer, finds the opponent's Mubir, and although he is damaged with the promotion, he's still stronger, has more HP and a faster rate to fire. Probably just gonna sit his Explorer in base to use him later to build a TP. Batu sending 700 coin into 700 wood, standard FF stack. Minimoult doing the same, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, coin already on the ground, but a bit slower. Again, Batu did get a great treasure at the start of the game, at the expense of Minimoult's Explorer. Some of the wheels are idle for Batu for a bit, but yeah, keeping them idle so that they instantly start gathering wood. All great by Batu, aging up with Scout, which is the 4 Deli. Let's see what Minimoult is doing. Already, they're still not aging up, so Deli will be halfway across the map by the time Minimoult ages up. I doubt they will pick off any villagers, but still, when you're doing these fast aging builds, you want to be the first one aging. The Mubir running around the base trying to snipe the Explorer, still not being able to find anything. And we see Minimoult aging with the Admiral of the Ocean Sea, which I believe is 300 wood and a galley. Batu's Explorer stepping a bit too far from base and instantly gonna get sniped by the Mubir. Will villagers going to the TC to try and snipe him? No. Mubir just takes his XP and leaves. But on the other hand, Batu again finding the Minimoult's Explorer and getting a silver promotion, and again just going back into stealth. Kind of surprised that Minimoult goes for the age up with Gali. Surely he would have known that there are no docks by Batu. Maybe he does it simply for the 300 wood, I guess.
I mean, you could also get the TP, right?
Oh, that is true, actually. On this map, you can...
And you get a lot of control on the map.
Yes,
It's a very good age up on this map.
I guess if you want to be fancy, you can even ship it here. But yeah, I guess it's actually good. Getting the TP, I doubt that 4 Delhi will do anything except delay the age up a bit. We see Batu going for 1k food into Sparky, which probably will be followed by 1k coin into age up. Second TC from that 700 wood. An insanely strong build, popular by a lot of auto players. Let's see what Minimoult is doing. A bit of a different, yeah, he is definitely gonna do some H3 play. We see a stable waiting for H3, gonna get that Cav Archer in queue right away. But these 3 Delis might actually pick off this back villager. Minimoult not seeing it, probably. Maybe they can get even more than 1 villager. These villagers are still not moving. Minimoult, did he think he was gonna age with 4 Delhi himself? Losing 2 vills, can lose this and should lose the 3rd one. This is just sloppy by Minimoult, losing 3 villagers for no reason pretty much. Again, bad herding, all of his hunts are far away from the base. When we look at Batu's base, all of the hunts are like in between the TCs, and I feel like Batu just much more prepared this type of build. Another will found by Batu, right? This is just insane. This 4 Delhi for 4 wills, and pretty much none of the Delis died. I think one of them was fine, looking for the Explorer. Minimoult also choosing to make a TC with his 700 wood, but again, this is such an insane snipe by Batu. Cav Archers hunting for these Delis. The Mubir will go down, but 2 Delis are probably gonna take his place as well. Getting the snare off with one of the Cav Archers in melee, just showing the great micro by Minimoult. But again, these Deli are fast. Still slower than the Cav Archers, so they will eventually be caught and killed, but these Delis, they definitely made themselves worth. Killing 4 villagers is just amazing. Minimoult on 15, Batu on 19 villagers, and we see the age up coming through. Did Batu ended up cancelling the Sparky once he scouted the table, which I really like. I don't think Sparky could have done much against Cav Archers standing around. So good choice by Batu and good adaptation. We can definitely say he's playing Ottomans and not Ottomans this time. Or maybe not. It's still Ot. And yeah, I'm definitely in favor of Batu's.
I mean, there's another
again.
big difference when it comes to like the builds and the overall knowledge of the Civ we can see, right? Like Batu is just playing this picture perfectly,
Exactly.
honestly.
And usually, as the lower age player, you would have the... You could say, oh, I'm higher eco or something like that, but no, Batu is like comfortably ahead in economy. He's also on 2 TCs, he has 6 villagers more, simply due to that raid. And yeah, he ages up with 1k coin, greeding, not going for the 3 Sparky, and he can definitely go for the mercantilism. Yeah, going for 2 TCs, probably gonna go into 2 factories and just sets up for a long game. Minimoult, on the other hand, loading a lot of res. Is he trying to go H4 himself? I feel like with his deck, he just can't beat a 5 TC Ot, or I guess, yeah. Batu building a 3rd TC by hand while shipping the 4th and the 5th, getting mercantilism, getting the church, just absolute great from this man, and he knows he can get away with it. All of them quite literally going in base, which I think might be too defensive. I'm sure like one of them could at least go north, and I think he's sending one. Minimoult spreading his TCs nicely, but again, once the bombers start rolling out, how does he stop them? He is aging himself with the Tycoon, which is 1k coin, so he will be able to get his 2 factories out relatively quickly, but again, Batu just faster. And going for Achemi Oglan School, which is not often seen in 1v1s, but quite a useful card for a greedy auto decks, just reduces the cost of his heavy infantry by 20%, which is just crazy amount of value. Now he can probably choose to go into ASAPs if he sees that the opponent is going heavy into cav archers, and yeah, those ASAPs will be cheaper than pikes and crossbows, I believe. Already going for that bombard production, not even getting the faster bombard training tech. Oh, cancelling the Eye of the Assassin. Big value. Exploring a bit with the Explorer. Not seeing anything crazy. And yeah, just really greedy from Batu, but if you can get away with sending this without having a single military unit out on the map, that's definitely looking good for you. The one thing I will point out, and that I think chat is also pointing out, the galley actually got, after getting the TP, brought one of the villagers for a Minimoult on this island, and it will definitely take him a while to go through this gold mine alone. Another one going here. He did clear out this treasure, so probably another treasure was claimed here by this villager. Now they're just safely gathering on this coin mine. Wonder if shipping more of your bills later on would be good if you have supremacy on the sea. And we see Batu on 5 TCs, getting all of the church techs, getting the faster bombard train time, and literally just going for pure bombard so far. Minimoult, on the other hand, going for the spreading his TCs, getting that more efficient villagers, getting even amalgamation, going for his 2 factories, and actually walling Batu in. I like the idea and playing around with...
You know he's locked in when he walls.
I mean, I feel like you kind of have to. But still, Batu has so much resources, 2 gold mines at least in base, and yeah, how do you stop this big push? He is adding some culverins, but will he be able to add enough? Only 1 culverin so far, not even guarded. Spending all of his coin on the mercantilism, but what do you send? I guess your own bombards or artillery combat. Going for cav combat. Again, I don't think cav combat will impact these cav archers enough where they don't get destroyed by bombards. Which is funny to say because they're supposed to counter them.
Supposed to. There we go.
But actually
Magic
going
word.
for Janissaries that are now cheaper than European musketeers while being like almost double as tanky. So yeah, we're gonna see something that you would usually see in low elo lobbies where they just go bombard Janissaries after not playing the game for 15 minutes. Pretty much completely NR15. A full wall coming in from Minimoult, and was this scouted by Batu? No, he doesn't see it until now. The Mubir will see that he is actually being walled in. The galley not fishing, but actually keeping guard on the coast, protecting this hunt and the gold mine. But Batu already pushing with 5 bombards and some Janissaries. The Mubir... Wait. Was the animation cancelled by the Eye of the Assassin? I'm not sure. The villager gets stopped while building the walls, and this wall is, yeah, not gonna stop the Ottomans for long. Yeah. Batu just going now for the Gen combat, gonna give them even more stats. Up to 60 villagers while Minimoult is only on 40. And yeah, I think score will definitely start widening as we get into the late game. Yeah, just look at this. Cheaper than musketeers, stage 3 still, not even guard teched. And yeah, just again, it feels like Minimoult kind of just loses based on the decisions he makes when deciding what type of build he's gonna go and what deck he's gonna go. Still only 1 culverin, not guarded. He knows his opponent is going for giant bombard, but he's just not prepared. These 2 bombards might get a volley off, but they will instantly get raided by the Batu's bombard. Actually, we see 4 culverins now, which is a good number. Will the bombers commit on the culverins? What a dodge! Was that intentional by Batu? I feel like it wasn't. The bombers stuck together. They are still dying to the bombers. They're gonna kill Minimoult's bombers, but culverins are safely gonna take them out. And yeah, Janissaries do get their guard tech. They will absolutely destroy these Cav Archers in a stand-and fight. So yeah, without any bomber from Minimoult, the culverins will be taken out by Janissaries. And as you know, everyone who played against Otto, they know Janis just go forward. They just keep clicking forward. He can leave the bomber by itself, doesn't matter. The Giants just go forward. And yeah, Batu with already 70 builds compared to Minimoult's 44 is gonna keep spamming these Janissaries that are so cheap now. And yeah, it's like already it's spiraling out of control for Minimoult. Trying to get some A-boost now, but they're still H2. Getting the veteran A-boost tech, yes, but we will need to invest so much into the culverins, and yeah, these Janissaries will just keep moving forward. They don't care. Bashabuziks, A-boost, Cav Archers, just Jan. Not even focusing specifically on the A-boost, just shooting anything he sees. And yeah, another bomber going down, but guess what, it's free, and another one is probably coming soon after it, and yeah, these gens are just gonna keep trickling in. Not the most efficient way of fighting for Batu, but definitely allowed. Getting the forward Rex, and let me tell you, this looks more like a treaty game than a supremacy one by the way Batu is playing. Getting the CIR, these A-boosts while under tech, will still do a lot against these A-boosts. They already do, like, against the Giants, they almost do 100 damage per shot to them. And yeah, just no matter how broken gens are, A-boosts are still more broken. So without the artillery card, with just having veterancy and CIR, these guys are doing 140 damage to heavy infantry. This might be the only unit in the game which can do this to Janissaries. It's a shame that they're both on the same roster. Getting now Garlabus, which will absolutely annihilate these giants, and already not a single Abus died while so many giants have died, but let's see what Batu is cooking behind this. More guard Janissaries. Soon gonna be on max wheels. I imagine docks will be coming down soon. Voting enough rest to revolt, but yeah, I think I prefer the military comp from Minimoult. The issue is the difference in economy. Batu up 30 villagers, and yeah, just having such a better H4 deck. And advanced arsenal, which might come into play later. Let's see if Minimoult. Yeah, Minimoult does have advanced arsenal. Trying to dodge this, gets hit but not killed because 3 culverins don't kill a bombard for some reason. Abus though, with the guard tech, doing over 150 damage per shot. This is just an insane unit, 64 damage with no animation on almost 3 multiplier. What the fuck is this? And Batu just playing like somebody who just downloaded the game in 2007. Just 10 bombard, the big cannon and the strongest musketeer. Adding in some Abus of his own actually. Good choice. Getting the guard tech for them now. But yeah, the main issue right now is these culverins completely denying these bombards from getting good volleys of the Abus. Minimoult should be careful. These bombards are getting in range of the Abus. It seems like the bombards are gonna commit on the culverins. They will take a... Ooh, nice splits by the culverins and the Abus. 3 bombards. The 4 bombers just instantly die, more so to the Abus than to the culverins. Nice splits by Minimoult, just showing how broken Abus can be if split correctly. Good god, the Jans are dying instantly. This bomber is doing a lot of damage to the Abus, but again, for every Abus that dies, it feels like 20 Janissaries are dying. Culverins unpacking for no reason. A lot of builds just moving, probably running out of coin, and yeah, feels like Minimoult is still in this game simply to do better army comp and just insane Abus micro. Every volley, so many Janissaries die, but Batu just keeps making more and more Janissaries. What does Minimoult have behind this H2 card coming in simply because there is no other choice? And yeah, Batu, while taking such bad trades, it seems like his eco is just so much better. He is up 30 villagers. Just Abus, Chance, everything coming through. Now artillery combat coming through for Batu. This will be important. And yeah, Will's force off of this coin mine. This one is slowly gonna run out, and making so many Abus is heavy on Minimoult's coin production. And I feel like I would like him to ship some of his villagers to these bottom islands. I'm surprised he hasn't done it since he has one on each island. Batu maybe gonna commit to these factories, and if you know late game, you know that getting the factories is often worth trading your whole army. And when you're on 100 vills, Batu is more than fine doing that. Not even sieging with the bombard simply because Jan's just right to the factory. This factory is gone. I think the next one is gonna be dead soon as well. Just nothing from Minimoult to defend this. Jans and Bombard just keep trickling in, and Batu is on 200 pop while Minimoult is almost on half of that, and I think we see the resign gonna come in really soon. Minimoult struggling so much for coin while Batu gets 40 villagers on coin. Just as soon as a unit dies, a new one gets made. These Janissaries are 400 HP, they have more HP, almost same HP as this Cav Archer, and they are gonna keep sprawling everywhere. They're just moving forward on these Fulverins, and these bombers are creating such big trouble for Minimoult, and don't see a way out of this for Minimoult. And yeah, it seems like in our third mirror in a row, Batu takes the win. Just a matter of time when Minimoult calls it. We see a dock, but no fishing ships yet, and Batu going for advanced arsenal. And if Jans are annoying like this, imagine Jans that are faster than your Abus. Even going for a monitor on this pond, oh my god, Batu is coming out with all of the lane. Absolutely nothing is being held back in this series. Batu completely on top of his game. Just absolute perfect gameplay. Spahi do come in, but yeah, that's about it. Minimoult ended up out-gathering Batu, but it definitely didn't feel that way in the game. Definitely surprising thing, seeing as Batu was up so much for pretty much entirety of the game. And yeah, just the quality of units. Batu being able to spam these cheaper than European Mask with 400 HP, 37 attack, and just Bombards being always 315. Just well played to Batu. Definitely prepared a lot even for this matchup, and we see that every time he loses with units, he just keeps massing them just through sheer war of attrition. That is game 3 for Batu, and already winning a series quite literally, but this is a play all 5 series where each win matters, so Minimoult still has a lot to fight for, and maybe he's hoping that Batu's preparation will come to an end soon, and that he's gonna be forced to play more standard type of a game. Maybe we'll see Batu go back to something like Brits or France, and yeah, this map will be Minimoult's counter pick. The map 4 is Mexico, which is definitely a map that benefits a lot of ships. It's a 4 TP map, so something like Lakota is very good. It is very heavy in food, so something like Brits is good. And we're just waiting to see what the players are gonna pick, because my co-caster might be queuing another game. Yeah, and I can't really ask for opinions. Yeah, actually, he's not playing a game. He says that he just has his family over and he doesn't want to have background noise ruining the stream, which is fine. They are telling me the game for picks right now. It's gonna be Spain against France, Spain for Batu, and France for Minimoult. So this definitely gonna be much more of a standard game, at least I'm hoping. Surprising to see Batu blind picking with Spain, knowing that France is open, because I would say most people are fairly fine playing France to it. But yeah, I'm hoping for a really good micro game this time around, not just a battle of beard orders. And yeah, let me just try to see if they got into a game. Still not in. Ah, there we are. And yeah, not gonna sugarcoat it, just gonna go right into game 4. We are in game 4 right now on the map Mexico. One of my favorite maps actually, I really like it. On the top, in the blue, we have Minimoult as the French. Definitely one of the best civs we have in the game right now, in the current meta. On the bottom, in the color red, we have Batu, the current leader of the series, with a big 3-0 with the Spanish. Batu actually already getting the TP, which I think Minimoult was trying to get. And importantly on this map, if you get the big first pass, it will speed up your shipments quite a lot. And it looks like Batu might get, yeah, I think he will get it perfectly. It's usually the norm to go for these left TPs, and pretty much perfectly. Yeah, would have been annoying if he missed it, but yeah, already at 1 minute shipping 3 villagers, Germany could never. But yeah, Minimoult not too far behind with his own shipment. Let's see the decks. Still not picked, but yeah. Spanish deck, relatively standard. No H2 play probably from this. And let's have House of Trasnimara, but H2 decks tend to have Reconquista and some other military shipments. So probably gonna be a naked FF from Spain. On the other hand, let's see what Minimoult is doing. He's finding a good 60-foot treasure, which is always good when you're 12-10ing for France. Again, really standard deck. Nothing too out of the ordinary. France doesn't really need many H4 decks to have a strong H4. And yeah, let's see. Batu getting a 100-foot treasure, which I believe Minimoult scouted, but it's just too far away to get. And he's definitely gonna be jealous of Batu for getting this big treasure. And yeah, we will see Batu probably aging with 14, no, actually 15 villagers still, even with this big treasure, which is pretty standard for Spain. Let's see some of the scouting. Batu not really doing too much. His dog was with the explorer to try and get the big treasure. Another quite big treasure here, but yeah, Batu probably gonna try and look for more resource-based treasures. Frontline finding a decent 60 coin treasure, but Batu smells it instantly. And we're gonna be seeing another 50-50. You don't wanna see this if you're frontline. Oh, but he does get it without any difficulties, so that's good for him and his optimism in this game. Spain getting the capitalism in literally before they start aging. It is the governor age up, which is standard, but probably gonna get the market and the food tax before while aging. While on the other hand, Minimoult already clicked up not that good of a 12-10, I believe. So it's half, which is 45 seconds. Yeah, it was about 215, which is not that great, but not too bad. Of a 12-10, aging up with the quartermaster, which is the 400 wood, standard stuff. We might see something like 5 As semi to delay, to try and delay Spain. We might see some must to siege down the TP and the outpost and then back off. France definitely one civ with more options in this matchup. And yeah, let's see what our Minimoult chooses to do. Definitely a lot of pressure on him now, and I am hoping for him and his team that he can deliver a good performance. another really good treasure for him, but Batu also getting a 55-point treasure. See. Age up comes in. Let's see what the building is from the gathered wood. Is it gonna be a stable or a Rex? If the TP is this close, maybe he chooses to go for a Rex. It is the Rex, although on the opposite side, so he probably fears maybe it being sieged down. But yeah, probably gonna be a Mask semi-FF. While on the other hand, we see Batu aging himself, going for a stable in H2. Well, color me shocked. I definitely didn't expect this. He chopped for this table. He didn't ship wood. He didn't age up wood. He chopped for this, which is interesting. He will definitely not be happy if he runs into Mask Semi. And yeah, we see already Mask on the way by Minimoult, so I wonder what the Hussars from Spain will try and achieve. We saw Julian in his game on this map play a native rush with Maya and Zapotec, but crucially this map has 4 possible natives that can spawn between Apache, Navajo, Maya and Zapotec. This game we see the Navajo and Apache, so Minimoult definitely not going to do anything with those, but yeah, Batu still going through with 3 Hussars, trying to get the 4th one out, but a bit of gathering coin, not enough food, and definitely not something you see often. 3 Huss from Spain against France, who's Mask semi-FFing. Yeah, Minimoult stopping his production of Mask and just gathering food. Scared to commit on the outpost. I believe the Huss must have been scouted by the scout, because the Musketeers are returning back, so Huss must have been scouted. Batu, seeing that, probably wants to try another way to approach this base, but again, I don't think 3 Hussars can threaten the CDBs enough. They will kill them in 6 hits, which is nice to have, but as soon as one of them goes down, they will need a lot more volleys, so yeah. So far, the only thing that I feel like is different, I guess if these 3 Hussars buy you time to save your TP, they are kind of worth it, maybe. I still think that the naked FF is just better. And yeah, we see Batu aging with the Bishop and 700 wood, so Batu is aging with the TC, not with the standard 4 Hussars. On the other hand, Minimoult did 700 coin into 700 wood, which I don't think is standard. I think usually you go for 700 wood into 700 coin, but by the end of it, I guess this just means he ages a bit slower, right? Getting a church, still not clicking up, which is a bit annoying. He needs just 10 coin. Finally able to click up, probably going for the Exile Prince here. Getting that 5 stage, probably gonna drop down a stable and slowly transition into Skirm Goon. The Huts for Spain are still looking for something, but yeah, let's see if Batu sees any forward hunts. No, all of the hunts are safe in here, and I doubt these huts will get any value so far. The TP is up, which is nice for Spain and the outpost. But again, Batu is going for an economic Spain build, which I like. I think too many Spain games end in just Spain botting a Mask FF, which just gets stopped quite easily sometimes when you're expecting it, and then Spain is just completely done with everything. Minimoult aging first with the fast stage, queuing up goons and skirms instantly. On the other hand, Batu collecting his wood, getting houses, getting that stable and the Rex, actually gathering a lot. Could this be an FI? I don't think so. I think it will be more something like Rod Lancer or Rod Skirm at the start with the Age of TC. He has enough wood to get a veterancy. Will he go for veteran Musketeers? For Rods? Going for Skirm Rod Lancer? No, changing into Rod Lancer. And importantly, he has enough wood to get the Rod veterancy, which is really nice. Going for that Spanish gold. We might see Spanish gold into 1k wood, just complete greed from Spain, which can definitely beat France if they don't greed themselves. And we see actually first shipment from France being 1k wood, so definitely gonna be a mid-map TP or something for France. A bit of a safer second TC from Spain, which is still fine. This map has a lot of hands that are kinda easy to herd in, although Batu is kinda running out of safe hands after this one. 3 goons just gonna pester Wills, probably gonna get one. Yeah, Batu moving the wrong full HP Will away. The Will getting HP because the great codes were researched while it was being hit, but still going down. Rods coming out, and these goons will be forced to run back. One of the goons is snared. Actually, the other goons get snared and they are gonna be sacrificed to the Rodleros, which, yep, get their veterans back. And we see Batu now shipping what? 1k wood, so it is a TC age up, Spanish gold into 1k wood. I would say that might be the greediest thing a Spain player can do. We also see he got all of the food tags, which is very efficient because most of his villagers are on food, with coin being used from the Spanish gold and oftentimes selling. We see that the market is actually already quite juiced, and yeah. So definitely Batu abusing it a bit, selling a lot of food to get coin for his patches. Let's see, Minimoult on the other hand, getting that mid-mat TP from the 1k wood, adding some more houses and just slowly transitioning into that standard scrum goon, which can definitely struggle against the rods. I know a lot of... Well, Minimoult has a lot of musketeers left over, which will be godly against the Rodleros. And yeah, this TC does get scouted, the rods do commit on the goons, but there are musketeers, they are out of position, and the lancers will start tagging some of these skirmishers. Rods just ignoring everything and going fully for the goons. This is great for Batu. The rods connecting lancers on the H2 musketeers will not be good for the musketeers. Rods, while dying, are doing great for the value. Trading against the goons, the infantry side of Minimoult's army just gets slaughtered, and Spain is just so happy with this, I would say. Yes, they lose all of their rods, but guess what? They're shipping 9 rods. They have so much wood in the back, they can add the third TC, they can go for the arsenal, they can add the houses. So many options now for them. Also, one more important thing, Apache have an expensive tech that if we go into late game gives all military 5 speed, which for rods, every amount of movement speed will matter against the goons. Being able to catch them that much easier will always be good. Goons being annoying, in smaller numbers, rods will struggle against them, but once the rods numbers start being close to the number of goons or even double, the goons will be hard to micro. And yeah, so far I kind of like the position of both players. I feel like the fight just now was good for Batu, but again, I really like his Eco Spain build. For those asking why my co-caster left, he had some family visitors, so he was never supposed to cast all of the series. He just stepped in to help with the few ones that he could, but yeah, he couldn't cast because, again, he has background in the noise of babies crying and stuff like that. Now we see a lot of rods dying for free to the Scrum Goon, Batu kinda hesitant to commit, just trying to protect his wills until the TC gets built, but in doing so loses a few rods and lancers. France, behind all of this, slowly but surely adding that CDB number up, batching double TCD from the TCs, eating up the map, lots of natural resources left for them, and we see Batu now adding up some scrums, which I'm surprised he didn't do sooner, because usually lancers are added much later when your economy is good, and at first you would do something like Rod Lancer, and when your opponent overmakes scrums, because why would he make wounds into Rod Lancer, that's when you do a big Lancer switch. And yeah, now we see the 2 Falcons being cancelled for more rods. And yeah, these wounds are being microed like insanely. Minimoult definitely showing that he, even while down 3-2, is a player to be feared. And yeah, not a single French unit going down so far. Finally, some of the units connect, but the skirmishers are more than fine tanking for the rods until 5 more lancers come in. And yeah, these skirmishers are completely being left out to die to the 2 lancers, but the good number is still quite large. And skirms from Spain will do work against this French goons, and yeah, some of the wolves taking some shots, one of them dying, and overall I would argue this is a good trade for France. Yeah, the French are up 2 villagers, which again, you never want to be down 2 villas in France because their villas, like, for every 4 villas they're up, it's 1 additional, so it's more like this is 46 standard villagers for any other sim. So we can comfortably say Spain is down like almost 10 villas. And yeah, Spain is on 3 TCs though, still has some good shipments, nothing like Miracle Year, but it does have the road upgrade, the cav upgrade, some decent road shipments, and we see the 2 Falcons coming in now. And importantly, Spanish gold has been sent, so every shipment will be that much more valuable. Goons just going left to right, always picking up kills and being super annoying for Batu. Annoyingly also for Batu, he is off of his TP, so his experience gain is definitely gonna be stifled a lot. And we see Minimoult at a comfortable 2,000 to 3,000 score lead. Pal's gonna equalize that a bit, but let's see if there will be enough rods to stop this curse switch. We see from Minimoult, yeah, 7 curse. We see Arsenal already has the heavy cavalry cuirass, now getting the range cavalry caracol, so, and has CIR, so all of his units are incredibly upgraded. Meanwhile, on the other side, let's see if Batu doesn't even have an Arsenal built yet. So he is fighting an uphill battle so far. Doing some musketeers on accident. Quickly gonna DQ them, yeah. And just gonna try and force the fight to the French base, because if he's gonna be run around by goons, might as well just try to commit. Lancer is going on a raid, which is just a Hail Mary because goons instantly catch that. And yeah, I feel like Batu is definitely struggling here in this game 4 of the EPL series. And yeah, I think this curse will just commit once the goons and the skirms are here. The curse gets stuck in there with the rods. Rods will tank a lot with their 40% melee resist, but the goons are just killing the Falks, and yeah, now the skirms are just able to dish out so much damage. 3 curves even staying alive somehow against all of those rods, and yeah, this is just not enough from Spain. Just the tempo from France being too strong. The curves are fine snaring and dying because they're letting the backbone of the French army dish out so much damage, and yeah, I think now we see the score widen even more. Yeah, this is just quite a bad fight for Spain. Gonna do a last ditch Lancer switch, which just doesn't work with so few rods. You need a lot of rods to be able to kill those goons, be able to kill those curves. And yeah, these skirms will just keep being so annoying and prickling. Oh my god. So much value out of every French unit this game. Minimoult, I would say, with perfect micro. Again, goon raids being super annoying. And what else does he have coming up? He is out of all of his military shipments, but he's definitely not out of good shipments. Cav combat definitely good. Refrigeration for longer game. And yeah, definitely looking great for France so far. I like the build by Batu, just didn't pan out too good this game. France now adding some halberdiers alongside the curves, which I just absolutely love. Halberdiers will definitely do a lot better against the Lancers and the Musketeers. The Rods getting a good collapse on the Falcons and the Falconets. On the Falcons and the Goons, but again, this is just too little too late. Batu would need several good fights like this to win, and yeah. Rods pop out of the artillery foundry, they're gonna do one volley and probably just die. And Batu calls it. We have first win from Minimoult in this playoff 5 series. When the game get more standard and it's not as build order versus build order, Minimoult definitely shows his quality, and it's a great quality. Definitely the best game he played so far, and I would struggle to find any misplay he did this game, except maybe the first road fight. But yeah, villager count keeping up with 3TC Spain all the time while producing CDBs, which are more expensive and trade slower. Just great work by Minimoult. And if we see the military unit pop, we will see that the red line constantly keeps getting chipped and chipped and chipped and chipped, and is never able to eclipse the population of the French army. Just constantly there, here, there. Same as villagers, just one wheel here, one wheel here, actually 3 wheels here, one more. Yeah, I think this all comes off the back of the semi F by the Spain with the 3 stars, which I kind of feel like didn't do anything except delay Spain. And we are looking at game 5 now, which will be on Lithuania. Not Civ picks yet, but if I were to guess, Batu still has his own friends, which is good on pretty much every Civ, so he might decide to do that. He also has British, although I don't think Brits are good on Lithuanian. I don't think he will do anything fancy like Malta or stuff like that. I think he will definitely just pick France, although this is a map where Minimoult count blind picks, so we don't know yet. There is still stuff like Sweden. I'm much more familiar with what Batu plays than what Minimoult plays. So yeah, we're just waiting to see what the blind pick from Minimoult is and what the counter pick will be. Let's see what people in chat are talking about. Yeah, would be nice, definitely, for the integrity of Mandarin deck squad for Minimoult to get another win. 2 of his teammates, Shake and Psionic, both lost 2-3. So if Minimoult gets that, it would be the 3rd series in this week that ends in 3-2. Definitely gonna put a lot of pressure on Soldier, which is the last Mandarin Duck player who is yet to play. His opponent is none other than Kevin, and I don't think Soldier is gonna be expected to win that series either. So I'm not gonna say that he's the big underdog, but definitely an underdog in that series. And any win Soldier can get against Kevin will be great for Mandarin deck squad, who will definitely need to lock in for weeks 2 and 3 if they are planning on making it to the finals. Yeah, Soldier and Kevin played today, I believe, at 9 GMT, which is 11 European time. I believe we have back-to-back games. Like after this, Baus will cast a game, then I think Lion casts a game, then I will be back casting a game. So yeah, I think we'll just do raids into raids into raids, and we will have games throughout the whole day. No, Soldier is later than Frontline. I think Frontline is at 19 GMT, and Soldier is at 21 GMT. So after Frontline and Keter end the game, I think we will have Soldier and Kevin. Yeah, Frontline and Keter first, Kevin and Soldier later. But before that, we also have great series like Haza Phoenix, I believe, which that's gonna be a great game. So definitely today is not gonna be boring. Yeah, Otto is sitting on that 50% win rate. USA as well, I believe. I think USA has won every mirror but when they play against France, they lost. So USA probably has like worse than 50% win rate on the first map, which is supposed to be their unbeatable map. I am kind of skewing the statistic because everyone is playing USA, but yeah. Definitely a lot of strong sieves being good on the first few maps, as we can see. And let me see just a moment. We have the picks for game 5, which is Batu. Actually, it is Minimoult blind picking as the British and Batu counter picking as the French. So an absolute OG matchup on a newer map, Lithuania. So we will see how this matchup that has been played a million times will develop in this series. Let me just quickly find their game. There it is. And yeah, if these games are anything to show, Minimoult definitely doing better in non-mirrors. So this should definitely favor him. And Brits is definitely one of his strong sieves, but France is also pretty good for Batu. One thing is to remind people that the old guard church tech from France is banned. So less chance we see any type of FI play, but again, you never know. France has a strong H4 either way, with or without old guard. No chopping right now, probably gonna be a standard 12-10 for France. And yeah, in the bottom we have in the blue, as correctly, French, aka Batu, and in the top side of the Lithuanian long map we have British in red, which is the color they're supposed to be in, Minimoult. Already seeing something not that common by Minimoult, which is starting a TP. I doubt we will see GMT, but I think we will see Virginia Company if he's doing a TP start, which is something that is kind of on and off meta. Some people try and cook with it. I know Psionic was a big fan of it when he kind of started experimenting with British, but definitely not sure yet if that's gonna be an option. 3 wheels standardly going up, the manor going up, gonna get that villager, and yeah, we will keep a close eye to what is happening there. On the other side, Batu actually, due to the big wood treasure he got at the start, which was, I believe, 45 wood, elects to chop 100 wood so that he goes a house age 1 as France, and we'll most likely see a 13 or a 14-20, which is definitely not the favorite thing to do with France, but it's still fine, especially in maps where you don't get such good wood treasures. This map has a lot of these smaller treasures and then a lot of bigger treasures on the side. For example, 100 food here, but yeah, hard chance for Batu to scout this. Another very big treasure here, but and yeah, now we see another contestant for a big treasure who's gonna get this, do end up getting it. So Minimoult are definitely gonna be happy, and we see Batu queuing up 14 villagers. Definitely gonna be a slow age up for what France is usually used to. And let's see, yeah, Minimoult does decide to ship.
Hey, Antti, don't forget to switch the overlay to the game, bro.
Oh, my bad.
That's all good, bro. You're doing an amazing job.
No,
genuinely,
new producer.
You're the best.
It's fine. We will take this out of the producer's pay. Yeah. Nothing big happened except the British did the TP start with Virginia Company second card. Let's see. Okay, this kind of did put me off, but yeah, you see, actually, British aging up with the naturalist, so Minimoult definitely doing a lot of non-standard builds, trying to kill this scout, which will actually get sniped by the explorer locking on from 20 or so range away. Naturalist age up, definitely not the standard for Brits, especially not in this matchup. I feel like the tower age up is just almost always the better choice, but yeah, he's gonna probably get much better batches with this, I guess. 200 coin is very useful for getting good batches. But on the other hand, doing the standard Quartermaster age up. And yeah, nothing too fancy there. Chopping for his stacks, getting that good tempo, but also good eco age up. It is a bit slower this game because again, it is no 12-10, but 14-20 still quite deadly for France. a bit of a more H4 deck for France than last game. So we will see what ends up happening with that. Batu, with this XP treasure, probably gonna be stacking 2 shipments by the time he's H2. And yeah, Minimoult actually aging first, which is not that common for this matchup. The 2 cows are in. Let's see what Minimoult does next. 700 wood, that is pretty standard, and it seems like he's gonna decide to go quite greedy. No market yet, which is strange when you're gonna do a boom like this. Usually they tend to take Gangso at least. But yeah, most villagers on wood, eating the cows so he's able to produce the villagers rather efficiently. And just up, there is the manor, yeah, so just not exit. And just manors absolutely everywhere. If we see his line of sight, he's already mapping out half of the map, which is always really good, especially against France. That if they choose to do a faster H3 play, means that Skirmgoon will definitely struggle to siege the forward manors. We see some musketeers in queue for France and a church, which means just a standard 5 to 10 musketeers for defense and then into H3. On the other hand, Minimoult finishes his barracks, finishing the second one now and going for spice trade and adding a stable all at the same time. That is insane. All of it is scouted by Batu, unfortunately, for Minimoult. It will help him prepare for this. Let's see. So it was 700 wood into spice trade. Probably gonna be 700 coin for good batches or military, depending on what he chooses to do. But yeah, he will need a way to deal with the Mask Falk that should gonna come from French rather soon if they elect to do that. Again, a lot of options for both for France. Are they gonna find some of these villas? Being chased by the Explorer, high mask from Minimoult, they're gonna be able to collapse on this. Minimoult's Explorer lives on 1 HP. I will not comment on the name of the Explorer, but yeah. 10 Musketeers from Batu out on the field, pull tricking these to safety. And yeah, probably just gonna go back and H safely. Just standard double batch musketeers coming in. Stable is built but not utilized yet, which is a bit strange. Usually they build the stable when they plan on making hussars, but so far the stable could have been 2 manors because of the Virginia Company, which now cost 90 wood, so I kinda don't like it so soon, but like look at this, 32 villagers with spice trade in. Do we have steel traps? No steel traps yet, but again, with just spice trade, these villagers are gathering at 1.9. If we compare it to the CDB, who are gathering at 1.35 with the spice, with the steel traps, it just shows the importance of this card, this market technology. We see the exiled prince coming from France, which means that fast stage up is coming, but Batu so far, I believe, deciding to raid with his musketeers while his base is being kind of pushed. This Rex can go down, and it will definitely go down unless some Minuteman is called, but Batu would have to market trade for that. He does have wood, so he will just choose to build another barracks in the back. Let's see if 2 villagers going down to this raid. While playing bridge like this, feels nice to have so many villagers. It is hard to keep track of all of them and protect all of them. Then musketeers will come from these Rexes to put a stop to this raid. A singular hussar comes in, buys back the Explorer to snare them all, and just definitely make sure these guys are dead. Let's see. The musketeers are actually right-clicking the TC from Batu. No stable yet, so he's forced to ship wounds and make skirms. These CDBs with the market, not even having market X yet, was so good at absolutely annihilating these musketeers. And yeah, We see patch of skirms and a shipment of goons soon. One Hussar is out on the field. He might be able to stare these skirms before the goons come in, but yeah, the goons are here in like 5 seconds. I doubt he gets much work done, and yeah, poof, and he's gone. Now these musketeers are at the risk of being kited forever by the skirms. Let's see, French explorer just sitting here, pondering whether to take this treasure or not. Definitely should focus on it because it is the big XP treasure. Minimoult, on the other hand, just standard mask hasp for bridge. Only 170 manors, which is a bit low for a Virginia company. Usually they tend to focus on getting to 200, but still 43 villagers against 26 CDBs. Obviously the British are much better off economically, and they have that sweet spice trading. And now with the steel traps in, they are still worse than CDBs because CDBs are broken, but it's fine. We see some longbows being added in, which I like. Let's see what Batu is doing. Still far from a shipment, or I guess he shipped 8 skirms. Yeah, he shipped 8 skirms just now. So big batch of skirms moving out on the map would be in danger of getting snared by the Hussars. There's not that much goon here. There's gonna be 10 goons now, which is nice. They're definitely gonna one-shot Hussars, but if there were like 10 Hussars, they could definitely be at risk of getting snared. 3 Hussars just gonna get, I feel like, destroyed by the goons. Trying to pull trick now by Batu, but the musketeers are closing in on the skirmishers, and you definitely don't want that. Still, I would say the trades are positive for France, but still, they should be usually much more positive. Simply because skirms are so effective at kiting the musketeers. And yeah, I think Minimoult definitely happy with that trade. 2 Falcons coming in behind this from France, but again, Minimoult is just batching from 3 military buildings. Batu is barely doing that off of 1, just making 5 wounds, and yeah, Batu is just gonna get outmassed if this keeps up. Just a lack of production, not being able to sustain both Rex and stable. And yeah, the villagers from Brits are under no threat whatsoever because Batu has to keep his already small army together as to not get overrun. And I feel like if you get some Hussar batches now, the Falcons could be collapsed on quite easily. Falcons gonna take some nice shots on these longbows probably, but Musketeers are probably just gonna stagger mode, yeah, and commit on the Falcons. The Falcons cannot body, the goons cannot body buff for the Falcons because the Musketeers are just in melee, and I feel like this trade is good for British. Great fight for Minimoult, and 5 reinforcement Hussars gonna come in, but no point to them because right now the only thing French has is goons, and a curse witch is definitely not what you need when Minimoult is on how many Musketeers here. There is 26 Musketeers and 5 Hussars, 5 Cuirassiers. Whilst not even 5, it's only gonna be 4 Cuirassiers. They are gonna pop on the longbows. Great pop, Minutemen called in. The Hussars get annihilated by the goons. Longbows get completely flanked by the Cuirassiers, and I feel like this could probably have been the worst fight Minimoult could have taken. All of his Hussars and longbows died instantly to their counter, and now the Musketeers are dwindling down. And CDBs and Minutemen and goons are all trading so well here. I feel like this was completely unnecessary by Minimoult, that it was such a big throw. Nice switch in the end by Batu, incredible for longbows to be in this small corner to just get completely annihilated by Curse, and now we see the power of goons just instantly going for a raid here. Behind this, making more Curse, going for a 7th Curse shipment, but this again, a Minimoult on 52 villagers that are incredibly efficient. These goons are gonna be annoying to deal with, 2-shotting builds, so handsome animation here, probably gonna get 1 or 2 more, actually more because nothing is coming back to save them. 5 longbows can be collapsed on by the goons. Just gonna focus on getting more. So yeah, I think 3 total wills. Oh, this is... You don't wanna be losing so many goons. Another push coming through by it's pure Minuteman, pure Musketeer getting a CDB, which is nice. Oh my god, the curve pop once again for Batu saving his army. Although still the Hussars are just gonna ignore the curves and completely commit on the skirmishers. The skirmishers will die, but the Hussars are gonna take a crazy beating from these curves. And I think this is again pretty good for Minimoult. Goons are late to the party. And again, behind this, Minimoult finally running out of funds. A lot of his villagers are idle at this point. So reinforcement batches will be late. Cuirassiers being trainable Spaki as per usual, just destroying their boost counter. 3 more coming in, and these musketeers are gonna die. Maybe they pick up 1 more, but yeah, the crazy value from these cuirassiers. Just absolutely insane. Will this, not even this is gonna die, and if I were Batu, I would definitely train some priests, because we have 3 quite low cuirassiers that do a lot against this British force. And yeah, Minimoult now a bit in a struggle to find funds, as his villagers are moving around. A lot of them are on berries, which they are quite a bit more efficient on, because of spice trade. It actually works on berries as well. But again, he needs to get map control to be able to get these hunts as well. And if you see his line of sights, all of his manors are centered in the middle. He truly does have a good line of sight, but again, there are just no hunts here. And yeah, transitioning now into more longbows, but again, how do we deal with a growing mass of curse? And just as I said, Batu getting a priest, great stuff to do. It will take the priest 17 days to heal those 3 Spaki fully up, but again, it is value. And what is Age of Empires about except getting more value than your opponent, which I feel like Batu's been getting a lot. His opponent definitely outgathering him so far, but the fights have been so in Batu's favor with every curve shipment. Now we see 1 key coin from Batu, now that he's out of military shipments, but this will let him train some nice batches of military, so definitely a good shipment. On the other hand, Minimoult running out of good shipments to send. He is not a believer into 2 infinite villagers. Actually, we see Minimoult transitioning into making Livka Tatars we saw on map 1. They are definitely an underrated unit, shooting faster than standard cav and having 10 damage times 3 against heavy cav, so they definitely do a lot against these curves, much better than musketeers, and I like this from Minimoult. I don't know if Batu will expect this, a nice pull trick gonna come in through now, exactly, and the curves, only a few of them are fighting, the rest are being blocked by the trees, and the Livka Tatar, just 10 of them are annihilating them. The other thing that Minimoult got is the Sarmatism tech, which gives them 1 extra range, not only to Livka Tatars, but also to all archers. So now we see longbows at 23 range, which is absolutely insane. And these Livka Tatars are good, but still, cuirassiers are so tanky, and in these tight spaces they do so much damage to the longbows. Look at the range on the longbows with that 1 extra range. Shooting off across the pond, absolutely insane. And this Hussars or batch is gonna help snare all of these skirms, and I feel like this was a great fight for Minimoult, just baiting all the army into this choke point and then aging behind all of this. Just absolutely amazing fight by Minimoult, and absolutely great switch into the Livka Tatars. I feel like that definitely seals the game for him. Batu is now down 5,000 score. He is down about 15 villagers, but again, he has CDBs, so it's not that bad. Big pop of curves, and these longbows are gonna die. There is absolutely nothing coming to save them. More longbows are coming, and yeah. Actually, longbows focusing down a single curve very well, but yeah, now that the curves are on them, these longbows are dead. More of the longbows gonna be sacrificed to the cuirassiers, and yeah. Batu may be still in this game. Every time I think Batu is done for, a big batch of curves comes in and completely swings the fight. I would still bet on Minimoult's position though, because after all, behind all of this, he is aging and making more Livka Tatar, which I love. I love when people incorporate natives, especially when it's a non-native build, but just realizing that, hey, Sarmatism, the tech, is actually good for a lot of civs. A lot of them use archers, and having one extra range on your archers, both cav archers and basic archers, is actually great. And yeah, unit itself is actually really good. It's just a mini cav archer. Might get picked off by these films? No. They are kinda running after the French army, but I don't think they can fight. 6 villagers here, quite exposed. A big raid by the 3 cuirassiers, and 4 villagers are probably gonna go down. We see now that Brits were on 54 villagers. Let's see on how many they're gonna be. Another big find, and Batu is definitely gonna bounce back economically after this. If he can keep his villagers on coin and food, he's definitely gonna be outcutting Brits, I feel like. 43 CDP versus how many vills? It's gonna be 45 vills, so yeah. Actually, Batu fighting to the last man, getting back into this game after what felt like a crushing defeat on this choke point. 5,000 score has completely disappeared, and now Batu leads by 800 to 1,000 score. Minimoult actually shipping 5 hussars as his first shipment. Definitely not something I would expected. I probably would have gone for something like longbows to make sure that my longbows can stay at range with the backup of the goons and just annihilate everything. With the Yeomen, these units would have 27 range, which means they would actually outrange Falconets. Just crazy stuff. And yeah, we see now this hunt and pretty much these hunts being the only ones left on the map. Minimoult is even running out of berries soon. So this will definitely be a hard transition for him. We see a balance of power coming from Minimoult, which equalizes all of his res, which is not bad. Let's see what Batu is doing. Batu going for more, actually, halberdiers and curs, and that is a lot of curs. Getting cavalry cuirass, gonna give them 42 HP each extra. Just great play, and this is something akin to Rod Lancer, I guess. This can definitely collapse on a longbow army that cannot kite that well, and there is a few goons, few cav archers, but definitely not enough for 13 completely upgraded cuirassiers. They have cav combat, they have the arsenal tech, 5 more are gonna come in, actually 4 more because Batu is popped. But yeah, Batu on 47 CDBs against 49 villagers from Brits, and we see Jagiellon. What Jagiellon does is that it ships everything you aged up with again. So for Minimoult, he's gonna get 2 villagers, 2 cows, and 6 longbows, I believe that's what he aged up with. The card scales, the cost is always the same, but the time it takes to research depends on which age you are. So yeah, we see actually it's 7 longbows, and yeah, the age 2 age up. But look at this. Napoleon would be proud from this cavalry mass. The halberdiers getting in some action on those cav units. Longbows need to be focusing down the halberdiers. The cuirassiers are focused on the vills, which is good for raiding, but I feel like you need to crash this fight if you want to win for Batu. Longbows, a big number of longbows here, but just a few connections from these cuirassiers will make short work of them. The skirmishers are quickly killing all the anti-cav, but I feel like, is this enough? The cuirassiers, there's like 3 of them left, but with each swing, 3 longbows seem to be dying. And it looks like Batu is gonna come out on top. Superb micro, the few skirms he has, focusing on the anti-cav, and then Curse killing all of the longbows. But look at this, behind these 10 longbows, I mean, 2 batches of longbows, 2 batches of goons coming. I don't know how full they're gonna be, but big batches. Let's see if Batu is getting any reinforcements. No reinforcement coming in so far, just focusing on that batch of Curse. Hard fought battle after battle. Every single fight in this game has been insane. And every time I think it's over, the opponent just swings it back. Just, I have a long way to come to be able to predict the fight between such 2 great players. And yeah, we see more goons chasing these Curs. Maybe be able to pick one off. Curs are much slower than standard heavy cav. They are 6.25. Standard cav is 6.75. So goons are a whole speeds faster than Curs. But again, somehow 4 villagers finding themselves behind enemy lines. And I think, yeah, Batu is now 10 villagers up. Plus, he has CDBs. So, I think that Batu, the longer this game goes on now, is just looking better. These Falconets will make short work of this Curls, but again, the Curls will just come in, take the Falcons and leave. Maybe this is good for Minimoult, just sacrificing the Falcons to be able to get Curls. Again, 2 Cuirassiers are more expensive than a single Falconet, and a lot of Cuirassiers just now go down. These trades, they're like insane for both players. They just keep trading back and forth. One skirmisher raiding here, the villager is gonna go in melee and probably punch him to death. Batu safely hunting here, but again, he has a few animals left here.
Can you thank that ye ransomed me?
He still I believe, no, he went through his berries. So Batu is like really gonna struggle for food soon. Let's see. Yeah, only 13 villagers on food out of 52 he has. And Goon's gonna do the Goon thing of being hell annoying. Let's see, for Minimoult, only 42 villagers. The benefit is his army is much better when transferred to food and coin. Batu being scouted here, smartly adds an outpost to be able to save his villagers an extra few times. And yeah, this mana outpost being here definitely saved a few CDBs from death. Oh, definitely, Batu needs to come here fast. All of the British army is here, and if Batu loses 20 CDBs, that's scary. But the benefit of CDBs is that he can just turn around and fight. Batu should definitely be popping them in and out of the outpost, not fighting like this. Curse coming from this side, but I feel like they will not be able to catch the goons. And yeah, a few CDBs go down. Minimoult now focusing on double producing huts, which is not bad against Cuirassiers and Skirm. Skirm's now in the problem of maybe being caught, and I feel like this is a good fight for the British. The CDBs are pulled late, nice swings on the goons, and the low HP of these Kurds was already low before the fight, so it seems like they will go down, and with Kurds down go the Skirms. 2 goons gonna try and help out these Skirms, but just an absolute mud fight from both of these players. Amazing play from both of them. Skirms trying to get shots on these goons, but not enough goons to deal with the Huss, and units just keep getting trickled in. TTB keep shooting the whole time. The Hussars managed to snare a shipment of 8 crossbows that are actually veteran. Batu getting veteran crossbows and transitioning because he lacks coin into some crossbows. Not what you like to see. Just these Hussars doing such a good job of clearing the Skirms and the CDBs. And yeah, big number of CDBs. So yeah, the CDB count is on 46 while British villagers are on 43. Minimoult now sending 8 villagers, so he will be able to bounce back from losing so many villagers. But yeah, I think the main factor here is just the availability of the map. This is still in the grasp of the British player, so Minimoult could definitely maybe make a forward outpost and try to get this mine. But it seems like he's more than happy to just transition into food and wood. Surprised we don't see any pikemen being trained, but yeah, longbow are definitely gonna get the job done against the Skirms and the goons. The main issue will be the Cuirassiers, but yeah, now Cuirassiers are gonna be a rare sight, because Batu, the only coin he has this, and here he can have like 2.5 Cuirassiers. The next coins are in the middle, one of which is almost gone, and then yeah, this one is gone as well. So pretty much no coin left almost anywhere on the map. And yeah, curves are so hard to mass when you don't have a big mass of CDBs on the set coin mines. So yeah, if Batu transitions into a lot of crossbows, I think he will realize why the longbows are just so much better. Although I'm sure he's already aware. 23 range without even Yaomen in. I wish Minimoult sent Yaomen simply so that we can see that glorious 27 range longbowman. Again, for those who missed it, the reason they have one extra range is because of the Sarmatism tech from the Hegelian technology, which has been picking up on popularity recently. A lot of pros are using it in this EPL, and definitely try and use it in your games if you think they're good. Look at these longbows now. Without the Yeoman card, just absolutely outranging everything here. And yeah, locking on, and Agun dies half the screen away. The coin mine here is gone, so Batu has absolutely no way to gather any coin. So let's see what he's producing. Going for some pikes, trying to get somehow Curse, probably market trading for it. But again, Minimoult doesn't need coin. His goon is a cav archer that costs wood and wood, and his scrum is a longbow, which costs again wood and wood. And he actually can get coin if he wants to. So again, the map just favoring Minimoult so much more. A sizable mass of crossbow has been made, but again, now Minimoult is the one making pikemen from both of the Rexes and Lipka Tatar as well. I wish he would actually take Shock Riders as well. They are quite underrated unit. They are expensive at pretty much a Lancer stats, but they are the native equivalent of a Lancer. And there is just not enough anti-carry, I feel like here. Some pikemen do come in now, so that is gone by timing. And yeah, Batu just hanging out here because most of his CDBs are on this side of the map. He wants to be able to quickly react. And as I say, Minimoult manifests it. He realizes that he doesn't have to spend money on and the gold on Hussars when he can make the food and wood heavy have. Longbows absolutely annihilating the crossbows due to that big range difference. And yeah, oh my god, the longbow, just every volley, so much damage. Pikes, veteran pikes on both sides. Cavalry, goons, pikemen, native cav, everything is just mushed together. But I feel like the raw DPS of these longbows is just not gonna be matched. But actually, the anti-cav for British is dead, and these two cuirassiers, they can collapse on the longbows. 5 hussars coming in. Crossbows going in melee to nullify the difference in DPS. Crossbows focusing down the last few cav archers. Only 3 goons left. They're not gonna be able to kill all of these hussars, and I think we are witnessing the last moments of this absolutely amazing series. Minimoult with superb unit control and decision making for which units to go. Hussar is gonna snare more of these crossbowmen, and Batu, importantly, not getting the infantry breastplate for his pikemen and crossbowmen. Whereas let's see if Minimoult has it. Minimoult actually doesn't even have a arsenal, so yeah, he definitely doesn't have infantry breastplate, which I feel like you would want with so many archaic units. But again, coin is running out. Why make an arsenal when you can make 5 more longbows? And Rage coming in, CDB raiding the Hussars it seems, and yeah, pikes will come help out the CDBs. But just the longbow unit being absolutely insane. Yeah. The raid stopped. Score is 6,000 in favor of Minimoult, and the villager count is now comfortably back into his lead, although only 9 less than Brits as friends is definitely not bad to have. Still, the issue of just having worse food and wood unit than the opponent, just keeping the refrigeration, completely fine card. I just wish we saw the Yeoman for that 27 range longbows. Imagine fighting crossbows which have 16 range and your longbows have 27. 11 range difference. That would be truly fascinating to see. But again, I like the positioning from Minimoult. The CDB pool will help out with the damage. A lot of them are gonna die before the fight comes in, but just a few pikemen here. Actually, there is a solid number of pikemen from Minimoult. Kinda hard to see. 17 pikemen. If they focus down the curse, I feel like the British won this. But yeah, the Kurds are fighting back. I just think the DPS from the crossbows and the CDBs is just not there. They cannot kill the pikemen, they cannot kill the hussars and the shock riders. And longbows just DPSing down, comfortably sit down. 2 Kurds make their way to the longbows, but again, they quickly get followed by the pikemen, reinforcing little Tatars. And what do the French get? They get like 8 pikemen as reinforcements, and Batu calls it. What an amazing game. For a series that started out, I would say, incredibly textbook and just build order versus build order, I think they'll finish it off with an absolute banger. This might have been my favorite series to cast so far, and I'm pretty sure you people enjoyed watching this. Just good old French against Brits, no heavy artillery, no pathfinding abuse in base with Italy, no auto, just good old French against the Brits like they did for 1,000 years, and absolute cinema of a game. Raids have been great for Batu in the mid game, keeping the British economy under check, but later on, just in this big CDB pool, just not enough units to dish out DPS with the crossbows, just lacking so much behind longbows. And I really like the incorporation of the Jagiellon for the Goon, for Minimoult, and just big congratulations to both players. Batu is definitely happy with the total result, probably not happy with losing 2 games in a row, but again, he has nothing to be said about. He played perfect, great game, pretty much perfectly. Minimoult as well, being down 3-0 is definitely not easy on the nerves. I know I would definitely start playing worse, but he seems to start playing better when his back is pushed against the wall, and just brings 2 points back for Mandarin Deck Squad, and nothing but compliments for the guy. Just amazing game, just an absolute cinema of a game. And as a French player myself, I usually root for France, but this was just, I couldn't not love the way he played the British this game. That is the result of the 5th game. So final result 3-2 for Batu. Definitely not common to see somebody start winning 3 games and then lose the last 2. Do we have some of the players for interview? I guess I don't have the option to even invite them into interview. So Batu cannot, and I mean, I don't know how to even do an interview. Yeah. Let's see. Shake interview. Maybe some other time. Yeah. We will mention this sometime, don't worry. Let's see. Yeah, I believe the next series is supposed to be casted either by Baus or by Lionheart. I'm checking that now. Just a moment. Okay, so next one is supposed to be on Lion's channel. Now, let's see if Lion is live. He is live. Yeah, I see that it started. I know the chats exist. I'm just ignoring the flow matching. 21. I will need some help probably to see how to raid somebody, because I am hella inexperienced with all of this, and these people just left me here to co-cast by myself and produce. It's me, myself, and I. Casting, co-casting, and producing. Now I have to raid by myself. So yeah, somebody from ISOC. Come. Okay, in case I don't know how to raid, we should all go say hello to Big Lion. He's spectating the next game, which is, I believe, Ace and Lucas. Great players, Ace, GOAT, everyone knows him. So yeah, I don't think I am able to raid because, yeah, I'm just, I'm a bit noob with technology. So yeah, everyone, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking out when we lost a caster. Yeah, so just everyone go watch Lion. Go. He's right there. We've got a lot of people here. 200 viewers. Yep. Just go support line. Let's see if somebody answered my plea on helping how to raid. Nope, nobody helped. So how do you raid somebody? Yeah, Baron took all of the money from the stream and went on a fucking vacation. I can't swear, I guess. My bad. I deserve one F word after so long. Yep. Still 180 viewers here. Guys, go to Lion stream. Go, 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 go. I don't have a sword. I can't. I don't know. Type ready. Okay, I hopefully I don't do something. I can't because I don't have the Twitch. Yeah, but I am not on the ESOC Twitch. I don't have it. I just have the OBS, I think. Because on Twitch I am on my Antinomy account, not my ESOC account. Cloud. Yeah, I'm out of tokens.